is totally dark because the sunlight doesn't pass through this zone, right. So, it is totally dark. And coming to the temperature, it is very cold in this final zone, which is abyssal zone. And friends, do you know the animals are mostly predators and scavengers. Friends, do you know about predators? This is a new word, right? Predators. Okay, let me give an example. For example, let us take grasshopper. Grasshopper. So, again here frog. So, the frog will eat the grasshopper, right? So, the grasshopper will become the prey and the frog will become the predator. Okay, the grasshopper will become the prey and the frog will become the predator. I think you get an idea about predator. Okay, so the animals which live in this zone are mostly predators and scavengers. Okay, and friends, look at this slide. So here we can able to see some animals which live in this zone. So these deep sea animals are mostly predators and scavengers. You already learned that. So here this is the brittle star and this is the anglerfish. They can able to survive in this cold conditions also. They can able to survive in the final zone also. Do you know that? So the second thing is the large forms have wide mouths and huge curved teeth. Friends, if you observe here, it has wide mouth and it has sharp teeth and it is very curved, right? Okay, and friends, do you know another thing? The animals which live in this abyssal zone doesn't have skeleton. That means they doesn't have bones. Okay, so this is the adaptation of the marine life or the marine ecosystem. Okay, now we learn about the adaptations of the marine ecosystem and what are the and we learn about some more adaptation of desert plants and animals. We learn about adaptation of the aloe vera, right? So now let us move to the adaptation of freshwater ecosystem. First, let us learn about the zones of the freshwater ecosystem. Do you get it? So look at this, please. So friends, here this is the freshwater ecosystem. So what are the zones here? The first one is littoral zone. What's this? Littoral zone, and this zone will takes place in the shore region. And coming to the limantic zone, here this is the limantic zone, and this is the profundal zone, which is the final zone. Okay, friends, these are the zones in the freshwater ecosystem. Friends, I want to leave a question for you. Okay. So, in the marine water ecosystem, there are 3 zones. In the freshwater ecosystem also there are 3 zones, but there is a difference between arrangements of zones in freshwater and in the marine water. So, you want to find the answer for that. It's a simple task, right? Friends, you can, because you are sparrows, remember this, okay? So, let us see what are the plants and animals can able to survive in the freshwater ecosystem. So, please look at this. So friends, what is the first zone of the freshwater ecosystem? It is littoral zone, right? So what are the animals can able to survive in the littoral zone? Animals like insects, amphibians, snails can able to survive in the littoral zone. Look at this. Here we can able to observe frogs or some snails and some insects in this zone, right? And many plants can able to survive in this zone because the photosynthetic activities is can able to take place in this zone. So that is why many plants can survive in this zone, and plants like water lily, mosses, vallisneria or hydrilla. So all these plants can able to survive in the littoral zone. And coming to the second zone, it is limantic zone. So if we observe here, the zone which is in this region is known as limantic zone, and it has bright light. Okay, so what are the animals can able to survive in this zone? There are cyclops, small shrimps, and some fishes can able to survive in this zone, and ducks can able to survive in this zone. Okay, so coming to the plants like hyacinth, wolfia, pistia, so like this, these are the plants can able to survive in the second zone. And coming to the third zone, it is profundal zone. Okay, so the animals like crustaceans and crabs, fishes like eels can able to survive in this zone. Okay friends, do you get I think you get an idea about the zones of marine life and at the same time the zones of aquatic ecosystem, right? Okay, now let us discuss about the water salinity of the animals. How can they manage, what is the adaptation of the water salinity in the fishes which can live in the marine water and in the fresh water. So now let us discuss about the water salinity. Water salinity. So here there will be marine water. So this is the marine ecosystem, and here let us learn about freshwater ecosystem. Okay. So friends, do you know interesting thing? We know that marine so the marine water means it will have higher amount of salts. That means the salt concentration is very high in this zone, in this ecosystem, right? But do you know that the salt concentration in the body of the fish is very low? Do you know that? And coming to the freshwater, so the salt concentration in the freshwater is low, but the salt concentration in the body of the fish in the freshwater ecosystem is very high. Do you know what is the reason behind that? Okay, let us discuss. So if it's happened, that means the salt concentration is quite opposite, the osmosis process can take easily. So that is the reason the salt concentration of the animals is quite opposite according to its ecosystem. Okay. So coming to the marine water ecosystem, the salt concentration in its body is low, right? So so the animal will take large amount of water. So the water will goes out through its permeable membrane because the salt concentration at the outside is high. So it will move to the higher concentration. And coming to the freshwater ecosystem, the salt concentration is low in the body of the fish, right? High in the body of the fish, right? So the water which is entering into the body, it will store in the body. So that is why the fishes can able to swim in the freshwater ecosystem. So and it will excrete the water outside to the by the urine and through the kidneys. So whatever it may be, so that is the reason it can able to float in the water. So this is about the salinity of the fish adaptation in freshwater at the same time in the marine water. Do you get it? Is any doubts in it? Okay friends, I will clarify your doubts. So please contact me. So now friends, let us discuss about some more adaptations. Okay. So friends, look at this slide. Now let us discuss about adaptation in aquatic plants. We already learned about aquatic ecosystem, but now let us learn about adaptations in aquatic plants. Friends, if you observe here in this picture, we can able to find hyacinth. Hyacinth is nothing but a plant which grow in the aquatic ecosystem. Okay. So friends, if you observe here, the plant is floating in the water. It's not sink in the water, it's floating in the water, right? So what might be the reason? So the leaf base of water hyacinth form air filled structures to keep them afloat. So that is the reason this is floating in the water. So if we observe the second picture, here this is water lily. How beautiful it is, yes? So this is also floating in the water. What might be the reason? If the adaptations are same in these both two plants? No. In water lily, leaves are flat and have an oily surface with stomata present on the upper surface of the leaf. So that is the reason it is floating in the water. So friends, but why they want to float in the water? Why they doesn't sink in the water? What is the adaptation for them? Friends, if they float in the water, they can able to get sunlight, right? So through the sunlight only they can prepare their food. So that is the reason they adapted to that situation and they can able to float in the water. So that is the adaptation of the aquatic plants. Okay. Friends, I want to say you interesting thing that in between the summer and winter some plants may shut down their leaves, right? So why they are shut down their leaves? What is the reason for that? Is there any adaptation in those plants? Okay, let me say that. Friends, we know that stomata will present in the leaves, right? So the stomata structure will be like this. For example, if it is the leaf, so the stomata structure will be like a bean, right? Stomato. So, what the role of this tomato? It will exchange the gases from the leaf to the surface. Yes, it will take the carbon dioxide and it will release the oxygen. So, the transportation of gases and water, the water will also evaporate to this tomato only. So, all this process will take place in this tomato. The tomato is present in the leaf. So, in the summer season, to minimize the transportation of water, to minimize or cut down the loss of water, the plants will shut down its leaf. Okay. So, that is the reason for that. Friends, how intelligent the plants are, how intelligent the animals are, they created suitable conditions of themselves to live very happily or to survive in any areas. Coming to the desert, we can't able to survive in the desert, but those plants created some suitable conditions around them to survive in the desert. So, that is why I am saying they are very clever, you know. And friends, now let us discuss about some adaptations of the animals which live in polar region. Friends, do you have an idea about polar region? So, it is nothing but the region is very cool. Okay. So, look at this slide, friends. Here this is, so now let us learn about the animals in the polar region. So, friends, look at this. These are the, what is this? This is a penguin, right? And here this is a polar bear. So, how can they survive in the polar region? And friends, we know that the region is very cool, but how can these animals can survive? So, that is the adaptation for them, friends. So, let us learn what is the adaptation, okay? So, animals living in this region have a thick layer of fat deposit under the skin. So, these act as insulators, preventing heat loss from their bodies, and fat not only insulates their body but helps in providing heat and energy. So, that is the reason, friends. So, it have a thick layer of fat under its skin. So, what the fat do? It will help the animals to keep themselves hot. So, that is why they can able to survive in extremely cold conditions. But we can't survive there, right? And those animals can't survive in our region because we are adapted to this region and they are adapted to that region only. So, that is why they can able to survive there, and that is why we can't survive there. Okay. So, I think you get an idea about adaptation. Is any doubts? Please contact me. Okay, friends, now let us learn about some interesting adaptation. So, do you know what is that adaptation? Do you know what, are you guessing what I am going to teach? Yes, I want to teach adaptation to you. So, look at this. So, friends, what did you observe here? Some greenish structure on the trees, right? On the branches, you can able to observe a greenish structure on the branches, right? But what might be the greenish structure? Is there any plants here? Friends, of course, they are algae and fungi. So, they have symbiotic relationship between these two living organisms. So, what is the symbiotic relationship, friends? So, the fungi will provide water and minerals to the algae. And what the algae will do? It will perform photosynthetic activities and supplies food in the form of sugar to the fungi. So, in this way, they create the symbiotic relationship between these two animals. So, because of the symbiotic relationship, they can able to survive in the extreme conditions also. Friends, do you get an idea about the lichens? Okay. So, let us revise what we all learned in this class. Friends, do you remember what I taught to you? Okay. First, we learn about habitat and hello. A phone is waiting for us. Hello. Who is that?
Hello.
Hello, dear Sparrow.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, Sparrow. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello Swero, I am hearing your voice.
Hello?
What's your name?
Hello. Connect చేస్తాను.
Hello. Hello Swero.
Hello.
Hello Swero, speak clearly. I am hearing you.
Hello.
Hello, speak clearly. Okay.
వినిపించట్లే.
Swero, I am hearing your voice. Speak clearly. Okay, sorry. So now I want to give an exercise for you. It's very small. Okay, friends, what you have to do is you want to observe the animals or the plants or the birds, whatever it may be, which is in your surroundings. For example, frog. So if you observe the frog, you can write some adaptations about the frog. Okay. So if you observe, you can write. So that is why you want to observe the animals and you want to write the adaptations of those animals. If you do this, you can remember about adaptations in future also. Okay, you don't. Hello. Hello Swero. Hello.
Hello.
Hello Swero. What's your name?
What is coral reefs and why they are fresh in water?
Okay, fine. It's very good question. So, so let me show you about coral reefs picture. Okay. So look at this. Look at this, friends. So here, these are the coral colonies. Okay, they are extremely beautiful. You know. So they are nothing but they are also the fauna of the aquatic life. So they can live in the aquatic region because they adapted to that situation. So they can get food and water and shelter in this region. So that is why they adapted to that situation. And there are nothing but they are also fauna which grow in the aquatic ecosystem. Okay, friends, I think your doubt is clarified, right? Okay. So friends, do you remember what our exercise is? So you want to observe some animals and plants and you want to write the adaptations of them. Okay. So friends, and I want to show you a book. So which can there in our library. Okay. So friends, look at this book. This is big book of knowledge. So friends, in this book I learned about many adaptations of animals. Look at this. Here there are adaptations of animals in cold regions, and here there are adaptations of animals which live in the desert regions, and there are some more adaptations here. We can able to see plant adaptations in aquatic ecosystem, in woodland ecosystem, and here plants and materials what is available. So all about the adaptation we can able to learn in this book. So friends, read some books which is available in your library. By that you can get more knowledge about the adaptations and whatever it may be. So please read the books in your library. Okay. Okay, let us revise what we have learned from all these times. So we spend a lot of time, right? So let us revise that. So first we learn about habitat. Do you have a clear idea about habitat? If not, so please ask me questions. Okay. So second thing is we learn about ecosystem. We already learned this in class 8, but now again we learn about the ecosystem. And we learn about different ecosystems, what are the classification of the ecosystems, right? And friends, we also learn about the adaptation. This is the new topic for you, right? So I think I explained this in a great manner. I think you understand this. So friends, if you not understand anything, so please call me, I will answer you. So we learn about adaptations of aloe vera and desert plants and animals, and we learn about adaptations of aquatic life, marine animals and freshwater animals, and we learn about the freshwater zones, at the same time marine water zones, and we also learn about many things about them, right? And we learn about the salinity and the adaptation of the fishes, and again we learn about the animals in the polar region, what are the adaptations of the animals in the polar region, and we learned about why the plants shedding the leaves in some seasons, right? And we also learn about the plants which can survive in the aquatic region, aquatic ecosystem. Some plants will survive in the aquatic ecosystem, right? So how they can survive, what is the reason, what is the adaptation of those plants, we all these things we learn in this class, right? So friends, I already gave you an example that human beings also adapt the surroundings, adapt the situation. So I take hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Swero, what's your name?
Hello?
Hello, I'm hearing you, please. Please
How
talk.
are you?
Yeah? What's your question
My
then?
name is Narmada Svero.
Okay, Narmada, where are you from?
I'm from Kalluru, from Khammam district.
Okay, Narmada, what's your doubt? Okay, tell me what's your doubt?
Why different animals need different ecosystem? Can you explain me?
What? Why different animals have different adaptations?
Why animals need different types of ecosystems?
Okay, let me explain that. That's a fantastic question. Why different animals have different ecosystems, right? So friends, if we went to the place where it is very cool, like polar region, can we able to survive there? No, because we adapted to this situation, right? So that is why we can able to survive here. So likewise, that coming to the ecosystems also, they have different ecosystems. It is fact, we can't change the fact. So some can survive in the ocean, so that is the ocean ecosystem or the aquatic ecosystem. And coming to the land, we are surviving in the land, so this will become the terrestrial ecosystem. So according to their adaptations, their ecosystems was classified, okay. So coming to the polar animals, they can able to survive, they can survive in the polar region only. So that is why they can able to live there. So that is the ecosystem of those animals. And coming to the animals like fishes, they can survive in the water. So that is why they can only live in the aquatic ecosystem. That is why animals have different ecosystems. Did your doubt is clarified? Okay friend, thank you very much. And friends, hello? Hello? Hello Swero? Hello? Hello? Hello Swero, what's your name? Okay, thank you. Sparrows, and I already introduced your book, right? Okay. What we are discussing, yes, about human adaptation. So we are creating ourselves, we are creating adaptations of ourselves. So that is why we can able to survive in any season, in any region. So if we create the adaptation, we can able to survive. Friends, finally I want to tell you that once the adaptation is created, that can't change, and to prepare an adaptation, to adapt that situation, it takes long period of time. So friends, be happy, don't change the adaptation, don't disturb the ecosystem, don't disturb the habitat, it will harms you. Friends, finally, I want to thank our Secretary Sir for providing such a great opportunity to me, and I want to thank my Principal Sir who encouraged me a lot, and I want to thank my madam, my mentor teacher Shravanti madam, who prepared me for this competition, and I want to thank all my dear Sparrows for listening my class very patiently. Thanks for everyone, and bye. See you again.